So next topic on WearTesters Trash Talk with MJO23Dan and Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. So this question, I guess we kind of went over already. So Red Kyle 38 _ snacks. He says, real reviewers versus product pushers. We kind of went over that in a previous topic. That was more so like just kind of like faking being in the space. Whereas we have, and I think that you just posted a video about this. You loosely went over it. But there are a lot of people in the review space, and I use that word real lightly because they're not really reviews. They're more so brand shillers, which means that their alliance or allegiance is with themselves and with the brand. And then there's people more like me where I have a tie to the product the brand makes, but my allegiance is really to myself and people like me, where we want the best product we can get for our money.
Yeah, it's the WearTesters brand, for him. So he has to put out content that's going to be appeasing to what his brand statement's all about. This is Nightwing2303's brand, and for him to put out a review about performance, that all aligns with him. So I think when it comes to being a shill, you're doing this for your business. This is what you do. This is what you put out there for everyone else to watch, and this is the majority of your...
On the flip side, do you think a brand shiller is doing the same thing, essentially?
Depends,
because they're doing it for their business, right? Is that wrong?
With purpose. I think with purpose.
With ill purpose or what?
Ill-fated purpose?
I mean, it depends on your perspective.
Well, the brands, they all want to make the money, right?
That's, I think, what a lot of people just kind of get mixed up in, is that nobody releases something for no reason. You know what I mean?
It's definitely hard to be able to say, okay, well, for example, like me, I grew up with Jordan, I grew up with Nike. That's pretty much where my allegiance is at. Even though I've tried out Adidas, I've tried out, other brands and stuff like that.
But you still hold them to a standard.
I do. And
which is what a review is all about.
That's typically what it should be, because for me to be able to enjoy the product, I want somebody else on the other side here to understand like how I felt. I know technically a lot of the newer guys, they're not going to be able to enjoy Jordan playing on the basketball court. So being able to, we can even go back to the Pro-Tro approach, is that create these products to be able to perform while still giving that nostalgia feeling, you know what I mean?
Look, man, if Nike can do it, why can't Jordan Brand?
Yeah.
It's just that they don't want to. You know what I mean?
It's really holding them accountable for the products that they're putting out, because...
Do you feel, this is aside from, shilling products or whatever, but like do you feel that Nike and Kobe introducing the Pro-Tro makes Jordan and that brand, the Jordan brand side of Nike, look bad?
It does. It definitely does.
And this is coming from somebody that absolutely loves.
Yeah.
And I do too. It's weird.
Yeah, it definitely does. And it shows in the product. Like I was saying earlier, with the viewers that watch the videos and stuff, you can pretty much make your statement about said reviewer, right? But when it comes to the actual product, you can feel the leathers, they're cheap. You can feel like the time and effort that goes into each and every shoe. If it's mass produced, if it's not, you can really tell. Like I have a 1994 up here, the Air Jordan 3.
They are beautiful.
The saying, they don't make them like they used to, couldn't be any truer. Being able to have something like this.
Which year is this? This is 01?
This is 03, because they changed it to Jumpman.
The 01 was the Nike Air. And then we have these. This is the most recent version. This was a limited release, as far as anybody knows anyways. This is the free throw line dunk version, and even though this was a nicer version of the 3, like from past years, and I'm not going to say based off of the same color, because those are way nicer than these, but this compared to, how they were putting out like weird colorways like Joker and Crimson and like powder blue and like whatever, right? So like those 3s, like this 3 is nicer than those, right? Quality, build, all that stuff, craftsmanship. But this compared to that, like there's just no real, it's pretty bad.
There's different ways that they're making shoes now. Like they can't use old style glues because that stuff's toxic. And we can even go back to the 14s, how like some of those were recalled.
Lead-based paint.
Yeah, the lead-based paint. That's why like a lot of the OGs, like they stink.
They smell good though.
I think. But anyways, they really can't go back to the old way style of making shoes. So having stuff like this, you can try and get it as close to this as you can. Even when I was talking to him, like this collar area is different shape. We can even go to the shape, the banana shape of the shoe, the slant of the toe. Like a lot of people,
the boxiness kills me.
Yeah,
I like the nice slope. The 13s that you have, the OG 13s, the slope of that toe is gorgeous.
So here's the OG, and there's the retro.
What year are we? 2018. This is a damn good shoe. Like you got to give them credit where it's due, right? But it's still like the toe is not, material-wise, shape-wise, it's just not the same. These are things that they can fix, and I don't know why they don't.
I think it's a money-saving aspect as well. Everything, how I even said in my own personal review, is that this is probably one of the better remastered shoes that they've made. But as far as the toe is concerned, that's different. Like shape, the suede on it,
very close.
It's very, very close. So they can do it definitely. But when it comes to the leather on there, they have to save some dollars.
And they do. They can and will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just weird though, because this, and I'm going to bring this shoe back into the picture again. This retailed for $190, and this is the quality and craftsmanship that we got. This retailed for $150 or $160, and I mean everything on this is butter.
Yeah.
Butter.
The leather's good on those.
Super butter, dude.
I mean, when he was showing me this, and then he compared it to the ones that he's wearing, totally different leathers.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
160, 190. History, I don't know. Fashion.
I mean, that's one thing too, is like, what pisses me off about it is the inconsistencies with the product. So, I mean, this is considered a Jordan shoe, right?
I would hope so.
Because it's got the Nike slapped on it, whatever, but
I mean, that right there
yeah, I mean, it's explicit, right? But there's a whole bunch of logos on there, so like, you can't tell if it's Jordan affiliated or Nike affiliated, but I mean, same umbrella, whatever. Like, that's the thing that messes with me, is that the inconsistencies with the product. Even the same shoe in a different colorway is different. Like, why?
There's no reason. And that's the difference between someone like us, where we will say that, and then a brand Shiller is just going to be like, this is what the brand is offering you, this is their story, go buy it. Or this is when you can buy it, not necessarily go buy it. And that's, I think, the thing that's disingenuous in this space.
And you have to understand, from a consumer standpoint, like, we're creators, right? But we're still consumers of stuff. So when you show that to us,
I'm a consumer first.
Yeah, you show that to us, of course. Like, we're not just here to complain. We're here to tell you that this is the money that you're going to be spending. This is what you're getting. Yeah,
I think that the people complaining about us complaining is like a very wrong criticism.
Yeah, and that goes on a whole different level. Like, you can check the YouTube comments, the social media comments.
We're not whining. We bought something, we're explaining factual information about it, whether the leather is genuine or not. That's not debatable, you know what I mean? And then from there, it's really your decision, right? So it's like, if you want to buy $190 worth of crap versus $150 worth of awesomeness, then that's up to you, and that's up to me, and clearly we bought both of them. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, all we're doing is presenting you with facts plus our opinions, and you don't have to agree with our opinion, but that is our opinion, and I'm going to stick with mine, you're going to stick with yours, and that's how we feel. It's not complaining. It's, this is what they used to be, this is what they are now, like, balls in your court.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people look at it like, oh, well, so-and-so's nitpicking about it, but it's like,
look, bro, like, it's a difference is a difference. You know those pictures they put in books for kids, and they say, spot the differences. Never once underneath that, where it says the answers, does it say, you were nitpicking. No, it says those are differences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, and so that's all we're doing. We're just saying, like, hey, this is the way it was in '98. This is the way it is in 2018. It is entirely up to you. You know, you can't say the whole thing, they ruined my childhood. Please. They didn't ruin anything. That happened. That didn't change. History didn't change.
Yeah.
They're giving you the opportunity to relive those memories, and it's up to you whether or not you want to. I personally would like to. So I'm going to over and over and over and over again. But at the same time, again, like I said, I'm a consumer first. I'm buying all these products with my money. So I'm going to say, hey, this is different. Can it still be played in or whatever? Of course, like, you know, a shoe's a shoe.
Yeah.
The main thing is that don't blanket people, right? So don't say, well, nobody cares or everybody cares, because that's not what it is. So it's like, you got to be able to, as a viewer, pick and choose what you care about. So if you care about the truth, then you'll stick with the people that say what they feel is the truth. And then if you don't care about truth and you're just into it for a visual, then you'll go with the brand Shiller.
Right.
If that's what we're gonna keep calling them.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, and it's up to the viewer. The viewers show what is important by what they align themselves with and what they support. So if you see a video that is clearly somebody pushing a product and not really with a viewer in mind, but everybody's supporting that guy, then that's the majority. Like, the majority rules, right? Like, the majority of the viewers want to just be fed information.
Yeah. So
whereas they don't want the truth.
And you know, like I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I keep stuff that is from my childhood. So when new product like this, like the 13, I want to be able to see what the differences are between the original and the retro, like how much of it has changed. And I find a lot of my views and my wait, what was I gonna say? Shoot,
Brain fart.
I know. X all that out.
Oh, it's a blooper.
See, I lost my train of thought now. Damn.
Sorry, man.
Damn it. I'm fortunate enough to be in a position to be able to hold on to shoes. So when you see original and you see retro, you want to know the differences. And I think the comparison videos that I do, it's been one of my most successful ones because people genuinely like to see what the differences are.
Yeah, even if they don't care, like I said, like it's our choice whether or not we want to relive this, right, with this product. But it's still like there's a curiosity being like, well, what was it?
I love when comments come in and be like, yeah, I can totally see the difference. Thank you for showing me. And you know, it's just getting to this level versus this level.
The thing is that they're getting closer. So that's my main thing, is that when we are nitpicking or what people call brand bashing or whatever it is, it's like we're still giving them credit where it's due. And I think that part gets overlooked.
Right.
You know, where it's like, yo, that is so close to that. You were this close. All you had to do is put some nice leather on the toe and you would have been money.
That's it.
And that's all we want. You know what I mean? It's like that little panel. And they saved like, what, 2 cents on that?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is it really worth 2 cents?
So it's like $190 versus
you know what I mean?
what you want to spend, I guess, right?
Yeah, it depends, man. And if a person, if you're seeing them shill a product and you're still watching every time that they upload and all that stuff, then you're allowing that to happen because you're showing that that's where you align your allegiance. Your support is with that versus a smaller channel like one of ours. But that pretty much takes care of it for brand shilling and real reviews, I guess you can call them. Just depends on your perspective, what you want out of the content. That's pretty much it for us.
Yeah.
So